Today wraps up Police Memorial Week here in the Tri-State. Officers and representatives from several law enforcement departments and agencies gathered on Fountain Square today for the annual Police Memorial Ceremony. Local 12's Jeff Hirsch joins us live with the latest. Jeff.
Good afternoon. The square is cleared now. The officers and their families and friends have moved over to continue the ceremony at District 1. But at about 11 o'clock this morning, it started. Several hundred police officers, friends, relatives, families, political officials, supporters, all here. Police Memorial Week actually was started by President Kennedy back in the 1960s. Now, fortunately, in our area this year, Police Memorial Day and Week is not recognizing the sad fact of any police officers killed in the line of duty this year. But one of the speakers who addressed the crowd was Linda Pope. She is the widow of Officer Dan Pope, who was killed along with Officer Ron Jeter 20 years ago.
As time marches forward, it doesn't really heal your heart, but it just gives you the opportunity to learn to live with the emptiness and all of the what-ifs. I don't think you ever fully become whole again, but you become something new, a new normal, a new life, a different life. But I look at my life as a gift. I want to live life again, and I want to be happy.
You know, I think anybody who was here at the time when Pope and Jeter were killed, and it was just horrible. It was almost like one word, Pope and Jeter, one person, and both killed. It was just a horrible situation. Another speaker here was Mayor John Cranley, and the mayor apologized again very profusely for the accidental issuance of a proclamation by his office in honor of Trey Pierre Hummons, who was the killer of Officer Sonny Kim 2 years ago.
Obviously, as most of you probably know by now, yesterday we unintentionally hurt people in this community. It was a huge mistake, and I am deeply sorry.
Now, how could something like this happen? This was a request from Trey Pierre Hummons' father, and it did not come in and say, I want to honor Trey Pierre Hummons because he killed a police officer. Nothing at all like that. It goes through the mayor's staff. They get proclamation requests all the time. It's filled out by staff. They check the spelling, and it's a stamp. The mayor doesn't actually see it. The mayor never actually saw this. And what happened here was this request came in from Trey Pierre Hummons' father to honor something, to try to bring awareness of mental illness. It didn't even say Trey Pierre Hummons, it said Trey Pierre and Trey Day. And the staffers who filled it out, as they do with dozens of other proclamations, were not here when this happened a couple of years ago. You know, a very, very embarrassing accident, but certainly, nothing at all deliberate. The mayor has apologized. He apologized again at the FOP last night, sort of almost breaking down in tears. So this will blow over, but it was very embarrassing. Live at Fountain Square, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News. Back to you.
Yeah, very tough situation, and thank you for that report, Jeff. Following today's service at Fountain Square, law enforcement agencies, their families, and supporters in attendance kicked off a parade. They are on their way to the Police Memorial outside District 1 headquarters on Ezra Charles Drive, and we joined Local 12's Deb Dixon live along the parade route with some insight about what this day means for officers. Deb.
They are here at the Police Memorial. This is where it gets really emotional because the names of all the Cincinnati police officers who have died in duty going back to the 1700s are listed on the Police Memorial Wall. And you have all these people who have walked with the police officers and their families. It's so, I stopped and talked to a little girl who says she's proud of her daddy, but she worries about him. And this is what everybody thinks about, all these police officers and their families in uniform. But today, they're stopping to think about honoring those who have died in the line of duty. And there will be a 21 gun salute. There will be floral tributes. There are taps. This is where the flowers are placed, almost like a grave site on the memorial wall. And we're going to talk to people about what this day means. No officers died in the line of duty since Sonny Kim in 2015, but we did have Kenneth Grubbs, who was shot, and many people believe that was a close call. He could have been on that wall today, and his training and his partner are the ones who helped him survive that. We'll have more on this at 4 and 6 on Local 12 on what the end of this Memorial Day event means to Cincinnati and to the people who are here. Paula?
All right, thank you, Deb. And we will have more from today's events ahead, beginning first at 4.